I wanted to add to your comment about Kristallnacht and the comparisons to Hitler. It's something that I've been saying since that's been bubbling around the media. It's that it's an insult to the 6 million Jews that were systematically enslaved and murdered at the hands of the Nazis. It's an insult to their memory. It's an insult to their families and the survivors and their children. And it's great that you're calling them out on their bigotry for, comparing what's going on now to what happened back then.
Well, I want to thank you because I am disgusted. I hold these people in contempt. They turn these things into political talking points to try and score points, rhetorical points. And they are bigots. They truly are bigots. To dismiss what took place in Germany, to dismiss the Holocaust, as the New York Times essentially did, for the media to continue to cover that up and treat that as the paper of record, to continue to cite the New York Times, for reporters to want to work for that lousy, good-for-nothing institution, and then tell us they stand for freedom of the press. They stand for themselves, the press. They do not stand for the concept of freedom of the press. They hate us. They hate at least half the country. They call us names. They talk down to us. It's not freedom of the press. That's a lousy, rotten, good-for-nothing press. That's what that is. And to continue, as you point out, to continue to besmirch the people who suffered and died during the Holocaust under the Third Reich by treating what took place over there like superficial political talking points, laugh lines, is nothing short of bigotry. That's exactly what it is. I'm going to keep calling them out, whether they like it or not. What do you think of that?
I think that's a great idea. Keep up the good work and saying the good word.
All right, thank you, sir. Which means they will do everything they can to destroy me. They will do everything they can to destroy me. And here's what my family knows about me. I say what I believe, and I believe things I've really thought about. That I've really thought about. You're not listening to somebody who just looks at a website or somebody gives them a talking point. No. I give these things a lot of thought. And I embrace them, and I revere them. And I'm going to go down fighting. Some people go down physically, literally fighting. Our military, our cops at times, and so forth. In this profession. If that's the way it is, then that's the way it is. But I'm not going to be a Pollyanna about this stuff. I do more on this program to defend the Constitution and all the Bill of Rights and all aspects of the Constitution, including freedom of the press, than any one of these leftists on CNN or MSNBC. Tell me, what has Jake Tapper done for freedom of the press? What has Jim Acosta done for freedom of the press? They have betrayed freedom of the press. They've betrayed the purpose. They defend Jim Acosta. Jim Acosta is doing nothing but hijacking a presidential press conference, and by doing that, he's not punishing the president, he's punishing we the people. The press are supposed to be in that room to ask serious questions, to get serious information for we the people. For we the people. They say, we're not the enemy of the people. Then why do you hate us so much? On your very networks, you have guests and commentators who call us racists when we're not. I had Shelby Steele on my program on Fox a few months back, as you know, an African-American, a brilliant, brilliant man, and he's written about this topic many times in many places. And he says the left used racism to shut down debate and to claim a higher moral authority for their political views, and that if you don't agree with them, in fact, if you disagree with them, then there's something wrong with you. And we see it play out time and time again in the press. That's not freedom of press. That's the press, and it's lousy. I'll be right back.